Warning! The cards you're about to see are previews and are in no way indicative of the final version. All cards are still subject to change. Hello and welcome back to another BattleCON Trials of Indians character preview, featuring Trias, the one and only. A bard who's more talk than walk, Trias likes to embellish his attacks, making them seem more amazing than they actually are. In the game, Trias is a mobile ranger who uses embellishments to pump up his attacks at the cost of priority. Trias' unique ability, Embellish, allows him to power up his attacks with embellishments. These offer him powerful bonuses at the cost of his speed. Given his poor defense, it is important for Trias to play these attacks while he's at a safe distance from his opponent. His unique ability offers him a lot of power and flexibility, however he has to make sure that he's safe from his opponent's faster attacks. It is therefore important for Trias to create as much distance between him and the opponent as possible. Given the fact that this not only makes embellishing safer, it also lets him hit confirm better, because a majority of his styles have minimum range. For this, awesome and resounding do wonders. One of them is really good for trading, while the other one creates more distance. Either way, both contribute to this game plan very well. Once at range, Trias can pelt his opponents with powerful embellished attacks. For this purpose, he has two very useful styles. Outrageous allows his embellishments to give him extra defense, which is really good for trading and making his embellishments a little bit more safe. On the other hand, Epic can be quite powerful as it allows him to double up on the numerical values on his embellishment cards, meaning that this thing can either have a lot of hit confirm, a lot of damage, or a lot of defense. Either way, Epic can result into huge payout beats, which Trias should look for. However, given this playstyle, it's very obvious whenever Trias antis his embellishments. The moment Trias starts embellishing his attacks, he'll become really slow, prompting his opponents to deal a lot of damage by antiing for more power, if they can do so. This is troublesome as predictability is bad in BattleCON. For this, Trias' spoony style is exactly what you need, as it negates the priority penalties you take from your unique ability, making it so that you can still be fast while having those embellishments. However, such power comes at a cost, because your opponent will get bonus power for each embellishment you anti. This means that if you don't stun them, you'll eat it really hard. Use this to mix your opponents up, but be very careful about whiffing. Finally, what caps off Trias' kit is his unique base Ballot. This literally fixes a majority of his problems. It fixes his minimum range, it allows him to get extra defense, it allows him to create distance, or it allows him to deal extra damage if he's already at distance. This unique base is quite powerful considering the context of his kit, and is arguably one of the most useful unique bases I've ever seen on a character. It fixes so many of his problems that it's kinda crazy. And finally, when faced with dire straits, this bard gets access to his two Overdrive Finishers, Jetstream as well as the Black Wind. Jetstream's a very interesting Overdrive Finisher, as you can still embellish it, but its powerful effect is that you can repeatedly sacrifice embellishments to deal more and more damage to the opponent. If you have a lot of embellishments in your supply, this thing can knock out someone from around 10 health, which is really strong. On the other hand, the Black Wind can't be embellished. However, it's very powerful because it's decently statted and allows Trias to essentially reset the board, moving himself and the opponent, which allows him to again create distance. Use this to set up for a kill next beat, or at least set the board up so you don't instantly lose. I honestly think that Trias is a very interesting character, and I'm actually really excited to try him out in this new set. I really find his abilities of embellishing attacks very interesting because it makes him very versatile and very flexible, at the cost of speed. This means that Trias is essentially two kinds of characters. He's either a really slow, flexible character, or a really fast ranger. And he can mix and match these styles really easily so long as he has the correct embellishments. And I want you guys to note that even though he is a ranger, this guy has so much power in his kit. You might not see it on the styles, but one of his embellishments is power +2 for literally no cost. This is insane and allows Trias to essentially pelt people with what are essentially ranged strikes. It's very crazy and very fun. Trias might be very frustrating to fight against because he will zone you out and then pelt you with attacks that shouldn't be dealing that much damage. Of course, the price he pays is his poor stats. So if you found characters like Rukyuk very interesting, you may find Trias to be your speed, as he and Rukyuk share many similarities in terms of their flexibility and power plays. And that pretty much does it for this BattleCON Trials of Indine's character preview, featuring Trias, the one and only, sponsored by Level 99 Games. If you guys like Trias, his design, his lore, his character story, or whatever, or maybe you just like the game itself, I highly recommend checking the description box below for a link to the Level 99 Games store, as well as the Kickstarter page. If you guys haven't backed the game, don't worry, even if the Kickstarter's over, you can still slacker back on the store. So I highly recommend you check those links out. Of course, if you don't want to do that, you can simply click this annotation. I really find Trias to be a very interesting character, and he may be my second favorite in the set right after Wardlaw. So if you guys are hyped about Trias, I do recommend clicking those links and checking the information out, as you may find another character that's to your tastes. Without much else to say, thanks for watching, and good night!